The girl hid under the bed in fear and called her father for help. But the robber dragged her off right away. Brian knew it was trouble. He immediately went to his daughter's apartment and found the door locked. So he crawled through the window and used the ledge to move towards the apartment. Smashed the glass, got to his daughter's bedroom, then crawled under the bed. He found his daughter's phone, took out the memory card inside and looked through the photos in it. He quickly recognizing one of the kidnappers. So Brian immediately grabbed the guy and then interrogated him about his daughter's whereabouts. Suddenly Brian was dragged away by the kidnapper's accomplice, so Brian kicked the accomplice away, and then choked him with one palm, knocking him out. However, the target kidnapper had already escaped. The kidnapper fled to the overpass. He jumped over the fence and landed on a big truck and then escaped back to the ground. But then the kidnapper was hit and killed by a truck. He got clues from the corpse. He pretended to be a corrupt cop and asked the kidnappers for protection money. The kidnappers didn't dare to doubt him and led Brian to meet the leader. So Brian launched an attack and cleared the whole hideout in an instant. Then opened all the rooms to check but didn't find his daughter all the time. So Brian grabbed the kidnapper, picked up a long nail and interrogated the kidnapper. He soon learning that his daughter had been sold. After getting the answer, Brian turned on the power switch before leaving. Soon Brian found the human trafficking intermediary. Brian shot him in the shoulder with one shot. The intermediary had no choice but to tell Brian the buyer's address. Then Brian emptied the magazine directly. Then Brian entered the buyer's room. The buyer held his daughter hostage. However, Brian immediately raised his gun and pulled the trigger. His daughter was successfully rescued.